Hi Leute und herzlich willkommen zu diesem Video, in dem wir uns Hotspotty anschauen, das Nummer 1 Tool für Helium. Offiziell im Blog.helium wurde es als das beliebteste Tool gewählt. Habe ich auch erst vor kurzem erfahren. Auch congratulations for being the number one tool for Helium.
Hier.
Und natürlich, weil eben die Jungs ein internationales Team sind und keinen deutschen Mitarbeiter haben, wird das Interview auf Englisch durchgeführt. Deshalb bitte das bedenken. Und wenn euch das Video gefällt, beziehungsweise ihr etwas Neues gelernt habt über Hotspotty, dann würde ich mich sehr freuen über einen Like. Und natürlich, wenn ihr mehr von solchen Videos sehen wollt, schlagt es in den Kommentaren vor. Stellt eure Fragen mit eurer Litecoin-Adresse, um ein bisschen Litecoin zu gewinnen. Einen Link zu Hotspotty und zu meinen findet ihr natürlich in der Videobeschreibung, wenn ihr mich unterstützen wollt. Und ansonsten werde ich ab jetzt auf Englisch sprechen und vielleicht ein bisschen die Kamera ein bisschen gerade stellen. So guys, as I said,
Genau.
yeah, congratulations to being the number one tool for the Helium network. And in this video, I just would like to show my German audience some of the features of Hotspotty because I think many people are just scratching the surface, and you're constantly updating Hotspotty, adding new features, and that's also the reason why everybody was able to enjoy Hotspotty for absolutely no money so far, which is completely bananas. That such a tool, that the number one tool is at the moment free to use, and you will be changing to a freemium system soon. So how dare you to take some money for the good work that you do? However, as far as I understood, many features will still be accessible without having to pay, and just like you will just change it up a little bit. So in this video, I'm really looking forward to seeing the Hotspotty features and what the future of Hotspotty holds for its users.
Awesome. Thanks for that introduction, Marco. Apologies, our German isn't so good. So I'll address some of those questions that you've asked there. So Hotspotty's been in development for approximately 1 year. The Hotspotty core team is 3 founders, like myself, Daniel, who's on the call, and Maxine, who couldn't make it unfortunately today. But so it's been in development for a year. The reason that we started developing Hotspotty is because actually we deployed around 150 hotspots ourselves, and we found that we actually needed high quality tooling in order to deploy multiple hotspots. You know, if you're deploying 5 or 10 hotspots, then perhaps tooling isn't so necessary. But you know, when you get to 20, 50, 100, things can get quite complicated if you don't do good planning, etc. So perhaps I'll just give a brief background to where we started and where we are today. So yeah, we launched Hotspotty version 2 in beta approximately 5 months ago. We have in excess of 130,000 registered users. We have up to 2,000 simultaneous connections to our site, you know, daily, with 25,000 unique views. So there's a lot of people using Hotspotty today. Briefly speaking, you know, what utility Hotspotty provides, we consider ourselves an all-in-one tool for building the Helium network, and that starts at visualizing and understanding. So you can actually see Daniel's been flicking around. This is the map part of our application, which helps with the visualize and understanding. So you can see he's actually turned on the elevation contours and stuff. So it starts at visualize and understand. There's a lot of improvements that are being made and changes to the Helium network, you know, different hit proposals which get implemented. And every time there's usually an implementation, we work quite hard and fast to get that implementation in. So for example, there's actually a banned list that we maintain, where, you know, for sort of anti-gaming and anti-cheating. So I think Daniel's just going to take us to New York for an example where we can see the deny list, they call it. So
Do you use this data from the list that has like been leaked or published, or is
well,
that
this
something
is
that you generated yourself?
it's been more formally. This is the second list now. The first
Oh,
list
okay.
had 42,000, I think, banned hotspots, and the new list has 35,000. Daniel's actually part of the sort of we work quite closely with Helium and the DY Alliance, and Daniel is part of that initiative in terms of overseeing the deny list. And I think this new deny list is a couple of days old.
Okay.
So yeah, you can see that we've just loaded the deny list up, and you can see that there's quite a few hotspots in New York that are in the deny list. So there was also HIP 11, where this is part of this anti-cheating initiative. It's separate to what we've built here, but actually that invalidates certain witnesses if you're too far away from where you say you are, you know. So we've got some warning lists and all the rest of it. So that's basically, you know, the visualize and understand is so big. You can explore Hotspotty for ages, looking at different data, but exploring and understanding is usually the first thing that you need to understand in order to, you know, deploy hotspots en masse. The second thing that we do, so basically I'll run very quickly through everything. So it's explore and visualize and understand is the first thing that we've been going over. We've also got monitoring and notifications. People want to understand how their hotspot is doing and be notified when there's any trouble with it. And then we've got planning and optimization. So we do planning. You can import locations via the search bar or a CSV or KML file. So we actually have some very large deployers who have thousands of locations that they're assessing based on reward scale calculation. And we're soon to be releasing another tool based on point to multi-point. So it will be like elevation. So a lot of the tools, some of the tools that exist already are based on RF, but because the way that LoRa works, if you're high up, and you can see, you know, generally speaking, LoRa, if you're high up and you've got 360 degrees and all of the other hotspots have, you're going to see them if they're within 5 kilometers. You know, it's not like some other technologies that don't facilitate that. This is just one of that tooling. So that's the location and optimization. And then we have collaboration tools. So you can invite members of your team to your workspace to collaborate on the same data. Yeah, maybe Daniel, you just want to switch to the workspace and just show the I know we're showing the line of sight feature here, but just the to invite people to the workspace. I was just talking about the collaboration.
Daniel, by the way, Daniel's in the cafe and he very spontaneously joined the call, so thank you for that. But since it's a little crowded over there, I just muted you, so don't.
Yes.
Please don't forget to unmute yourself before you say something. So just that you know.
No. Yeah. Thanks, Dan. So, dear Daniel, I was just going to say,
yeah,
perhaps
Alexis can take it over, and I just show it on the screen.
All right.
Yeah, maybe you can just go to the settings of the workspace and show where you can invite members. You just go to the members. So this is where you can actually just invite a new member, so you can work on the same data. You know, like I said earlier, when you've got a few hotspots, perhaps you just need yourself and, you know, a friend to assist you. But if you're deploying tens or hundreds or thousands, then inviting members to your workspace to collaborate on all of the data that you're importing into Hotspotty is important. So we have collaboration, obviously, with your team, but we also have collaboration with the community. So you can do two things. You can verify your wallet, and we suggest that people verify their wallet. Yeah, I think Daniel's going to take you to one that's unverified, or we can just show all of the verified wallets first, right?
Yeah, also I'm currently tethering from my phone, so the internet's not very fast.
It's actually coming out quite good there.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
perfect.
Yeah, it's going good. Maybe you can show just the verified wallets then, Daniel. So here, if you want, when you add a wallet to your workspace, you can just click on these three buttons here and go through the verification process. It's quite simple. You just click next, next, next. You get a QR code, you scan it, you send us 0.1 HNT to prove you're the owner of that wallet. And then your wallet and any hotspots associated with that wallet then become verified, which allows you to contact other hotspot owners and other hotspot owners to contact you. And then we have, so that's basically facilitates direct collaboration between hotspot owners. But we also have another tool which allows you to spawn hexes. You know, we all understand how, well, a lot of people understand how the reward scale or transmit scale works. It's broken into different resolutions. So you can see on the left-hand side, Daniel was showing, perhaps you can go to the resolutions. Yeah, there we go. And we can maybe spawn one and just see if it opens up in Discord. Oh, perhaps you need to go to a workspace that's already spawned. So yes, this allows you to discuss every single hex, from the smallest hex all the way up to the largest hexes. So we have quite a lot of collaboration going on in our Discord server, and we encourage people to join our Discord to collaborate with the rest of the community at www.hotspotty.net/Discord. So this is, I think we're just seeing this spawn. So this, yeah, like I said, this allows people to discuss everything in this particular Discord. Maybe you can actually go to the actual Discord, log into Discord.
I don't think I'm not sharing my, I think I'm only sharing.
Oh, that's okay. Well, perhaps
but
we
if
can
you go
on.
Yeah, if you go to the Discord right now, you'll see that there will be a new channel that's going to be generated that links actually for these hacks. And the channel itself has this link as well. So you can either go from here to Discord or from Discord back to the website. And that way it creates like a chat for this hexagon that people that are in there can chat about how to improve it. Because a lot of the times the way to improve a hex is sometimes just like, for example, this hotspot, you can either move or just reassert if it's not over 150 meters. Just reassert like a little bit to the side. That's going to reduce the amount of hotspots in this hexagon, and it's going to improve then the reward scaling, right?
You wouldn't recommend moving more than 150 meters.
No, because the POC v11 change that they did on the network tries to analyze all the, like, do like a lot of triangulation on the other antenna signal strength and try to estimate if you're over 150 meters.
Yes.
It's not exactly 150 meters, but that's like a known threshold that
yes.
they try, they try to do. So one thing that we do as well, if you go to workspace, you'll be able to have a bunch of different warnings from like hotspots that are offline, inactive, syncing, etc. And one of them, it's a hotspot that are asserted 150 meters away from where you say they are.
So this is now the view of like a workspace where there are, for example, 50 different hotspots, and you get like these notifications for your own hotspots.
Exactly. So the thing of that we do, we have locations and we have hotspots.
Yes, I see.
So the difference, the main thing is that locations, they are only known by the workspace, like it's not public. So we encourage people to put the actual location or address where the hotspot is physically. And then, because a lot of people, for sometimes security reasons, they decided to move to a certain hotspot, not exactly in their house, because they don't want people to like knocking on the door asking about their hotspot. So, I mean, that's one of the reasons, right? So if the person like adds a location and attaches a hotspot to that location, then we are able to calculate if the hotspot and the location are over 150 meters apart. And with that, we know that like we're gonna start like probably losing some agency because of this. What we try to tell people is like follow all the steps into Hotspotty and do like a proper setup on the system that you're gonna be taking advantage like of all the features that we deployed. And as we increase, like as we add more features, improve them, etc., if your information is correct on the website, means that we'll be able to actually provide a lot of good value for you, right? For example, this one that 8 of the hotspots that have locations, they're far away from actually they're placed. Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay, let's keep this short and simple. And like, what would you add for the last 10 minutes that you would like to share about Hotspotty and its future?
Yeah, so we're transitioning from beta. Like I said at the beginning, we've been in beta for 5 months, and over the next month or so, we're going to be transitioning. So we have quite a lot of new features that are in the pipeline. So we have like a host login. Actually, I'll just add just before the last part of the application, and it's a very important part, is actually payments. So we talked about collaboration with your team, collaboration with the community, but we also have a payments module. So naturally, a lot of people who have hotspots, you pay those people to host location. So it might be paying the host, there might be a referral, some other systems. So we have a sophisticated system for payments that supports HNT, soon to be fiat. So basically, Daniel's just showing you, that working. So for example, we make it very super simple. Once you've imported all of the data, all of your hosts and your referrals, actually paying people at the end of the month literally takes seconds. This is a job that might take you quite some time if you've got 50, 100 hotspots. So once all of the data's in there, literally, a minute or so, and you can be done. So that's, just the paying via QR code. You can also pay via CLI using the other wallet. So anyway, going back to where we were, sorry, because we wanted to sort of summarize where we're taking Hotspotty in the future. So yes, we're migrating to a freemium platform in the coming month. At the moment, we're still locking things down a little bit, but generally speaking, we want to still maintain a free version of Hotspotty that has quite a lot of utility, and you can still manage a couple of hotspots in that. But we're going to have 3 paid tiers that have a plan price, a price per hotspot, and also a simulation price. So that will be, we're actually sending an email out to our 130,000 users over the next week or so, explaining that transition and seeking some feedback, etc. So yeah, that's addressing our move from beta to freemium. And perhaps we can talk about the future, the cool stuff that we've got in development. We'll touch on a couple of things. So one of them is a point to multi-point feature. Daniel was showing earlier the point-to-point feature that allows you to see if that location is likely to witness other locations. So this is an interesting example. You can see that actually there's quite a lot of stuff in the way, but the idea is with the point to multi-point is that it looks at all of the other hotspots. It's not just one point to one point, point to point, it's point to multi-point. So it will look all around you and then give you some feedback. We think it's a potentially smarter implementation than RF, particularly for LoRa, which has got very good propagation RF characteristics. So the RF modeling is still important and helpful, but we feel that this is also a really super neat tool for planning. So we have that's going to be coming out shortly in the next couple of weeks. We also have a more sophisticated monitoring and notification system. At the moment, most of our monitoring is done via the blockchain, which can be delayed a bit. It's still quite a sophisticated setup because it doesn't send you lots of false positives. It will send you one email every day based on monitoring in between, sequences of hours to make sure that you're not getting perhaps hundreds of emails a day. But we are going to be improving that. We're also doing integrations with makers, with hotspot manufacturers. I think one of the biggest problems on the Helium blockchain is understanding remote diagnostics and troubleshooting on your hotspot, right? Sometimes they go down because there's an issue with an over-the-air update, or there's an issue with the Helium blockchain, or it obviously could be a local problem, right, in the network. So building tooling that connects Hotspotty directly to your hotspot, you know, so you don't need to be in the location, so you can administer everything through Hotspotty, is a very important, I think, for the network, and it's that we've had a lot of feedback asking for that. So we're in talks with multiple manufacturers to have that integration. We also will be supporting fiat payments in our payment system, and also a host login. You know, a lot of the time the actual hosts or the referrals want to see their commission payment, so there'll be a separate login that just shows data for them. So we also have lots of other ideas, potentially a marketplace to integrate locations with people, with installers. You know, sometimes there's people who have loads of like good locations, but they don't have the know-how, and so we want to, you know, create a kind of marketplace that facilitates that. And given a lot of people use Hotspotty every day, we feel that we have a, you know, significant amount of market share to make a system like that really useful. A lot of the time there's people obviously who have hardware, who understand how to do installs, but actually finding good locations can be difficult. Sometimes you've got both, but often there isn't both, and allowing people to connect with each other for that, you know, marketplace in that respect. So yeah, we're constantly building. You know, Hotspotty is primarily, you know, a software company. It's very engineering heavy focused, and that's partly why, you know, we've had the success that we have. And we're continuously innovating and seeking feedback. If people want to provide feedback to us, they can do feedback.hotspotty.net. We've had, I think, almost 300 submissions now for different feedbacks and hundreds of votes, so people can upvote ideas and feedback. So yeah, we Hotspotty is a community project. You know, we want to help build a better network, and the community's given us, you know, huge amounts of feedback that we've implemented. So there's obviously been bug fixes and improvements, but there's been lots of iterations of existing features to improve them, and there's obviously been new feature requests. So a big part of Hotspotty's success is all of the feedback we've had from the community, and we encourage people to continue. We love hearing the feedback from the community, you know.
And I would encourage everybody to join the Discord of Hotspotty, because part of being in the Helium community is knowing what your miner is doing and troubleshooting. And there are a lot of people who have a lot of knowledge, and you just pool that all together and you can learn and improve the whole ecosystem by yourself. Which I see so many people asking me questions in my comments, and especially around this relate issue. And unfortunately, I don't have to every single error message the perfect answer. So I highly recommend everybody to take a look at Telegram, Discord, etc., and just become a part of the community, and to like generate value. But also, like, if you generate value for others and help others, you will also be helped by others. And if you want to help Hotspotty grow or help me, feel free to use the link in the description to create an account, and hurry up while it's free. Furthermore, wenn dir das Video gefallen hat oder du etwas gelernt hast, freue ich mich über einen Like. Abonniere den Kanal mit Glocke, um kein Video zu verpassen. Wie gesagt, Fragen, ich versuche so viele Fragen wie möglich zu beantworten. Vergesst da nicht, eure Litecoin-Adresse in den Kommentaren zu hinterlassen, und ich gebe mir wirklich größte Mühe, alle Fragen so gut wie möglich es geht zu beantworten. Das dauert manchmal, leider habe ich nicht auf jede einzelne Frage eine Antwort, aber schaut bei mir im Discord auch vorbei, da werde ich auch auf Deutsch geholfen. Auf Englisch könnt ihr bei Hotspotty vorbeischauen im Discord. Guys, Dankeschön that you took time of your day to show the German community Hotspotty.
You're welcome. Thanks very much for having us.
Yeah, thank you very much.